Jeanine Kinsey.
By show of hands, how many of you have ever worn glasses? How many of those of you who've worn glasses have ever heard the term 4 eyes? Bet you've never heard Cyclops. For those who don't know, I was born with a condition that left me legally blind. And over the years, I wore a lot of very unique looking pairs of glasses, very similar to this one, and 4 eyes just didn't quite cut it for that. So I was the proud owner of the nickname Cyclops for many years. My mother was a firm believer that I could do anything I wanted to do. We just had to figure out how. Hiking, camping, sewing with a needle, playing the piano, the violin, whatever it was, we figured a way to do it. But there was one thing I was told you'll never be able to do. For some strange reason, they wouldn't let me drive a car. Well, as an adult, my doctor finally gave me a pair of glasses that actually would let me drive a car. Yes, a real car with a real license in Houston, Texas. Just in case you thought it was a hick town. I went home and I looked at my husband and I said, Matt, will you learn and work with me and teach me to drive? Sure. After all, how hard can that be? Matt took me to the high school parking lot where many of you probably started your learning careers and your driving exercises. And he said, great, Jeanine, I want you to take the car and move it to the end of the parking lot and come to a stop at the stop sign. Cool. Over the next hour, my husband learned what I meant when I said, I have no depth perception. Let me explain. I buckled my seatbelt, I adjusted my mirrors, I put the car in drive, and I drove. And I stopped. Jeanine, why did you stop? I'm at the stop sign. No, you're not at the stop sign yet. Yes, I am. It's right there. Jeanine, you're not anywhere near it. Please move forward a little bit further. So I move forward. A little bit further. You're still not at the stop sign, Jeanine. You can keep moving. But Matt, if I go any further, I'm going to run the stop sign. Matt decided that the best way to handle this was to get out of the car. He proceeded to place himself next to the stop sign in front of the car. Okay, now, at this point, my thoughts are something like this. Seriously? Yeah, he told me about going cliff diving in hot Mexico. He told me about jumping out of an airplane. He's told me about driving motocross even. But I'm seriously beginning to question my husband's sanity as he says, just keep pulling forward until I tell you to stop. But Matt, I'll run you over. He starts laughing at me. Come on, Jeanine, it's okay, you can move forward, I promise. So I move forward a couple of inches. Keep moving, come on, you can do it. Matt, keep moving. He says, okay, you know what, put the car in park and come out here. So I get out of the car, and I walk to the front of the car, and I proceed to walk to Matt. Not only was I not going to run him over, there was enough space for a whole car between the two of us. The day finally came for me to get my driver's license. I am so excited. I passed my test. I get out to the car. I said, great, I'm going to drive home. It took my car keys and wouldn't let me drive home. I don't understand. Eventually, we moved to Florida. And in Florida, I had to give up my driver's license because the law here is a little different. Forget the fact I drove around here for 30 days and avoided all the 70 plus that couldn't see. I had to give up my license. A couple of years after that, I went to the eye doctor and discovered that my vision had changed enough that I would have had to give up that license anyway. To add insult to injury, the doctor actually looked at me and said, "Jeanine, I really think you should start using a blind cane." Okay, I've made it through 45 years of my life without a blind cane to point out the fact that I have a vision problem.
Great.
Why should I start using a blind cane now? He convinced me, and a couple of weeks later, the trainer arrived at the house to teach me how to use my blind cane. He took me out for a walk. I learned how to find a step and walk up the step, find the steps and not trip down them. And as we're walking around the neighborhood, I'm thinking, this is really pretty easy. I don't know if I really even need this thing. You know, this is really simple. So we get back to the house, and he says, "You're doing very well, Jeanine, but you're looking down. You're still worried about the obstacles that are in front of you." I'm not looking down. Well, maybe I am looking down a little bit. My homework assignment was to take the cane with me everywhere I went for the next month and never look down while using it.
Yellow.
It is the week before Christmas. My daughter wants to go to the mall. Yes, the mall the week before Christmas. My thought, yeah, this should be a good test of the cane. We're walking through the mall, and I'm kind of looking around. Man, I'm moving through these crowds really easily. Maybe it's not as crazy as I thought it would be today. Aaron, my daughter's behind me, laughing. "Aaron, what's so funny? Aren't you paying attention?" I said, "Yeah, I'm looking around." She goes, "Look at the people for a minute." The mother grabs her 2-year-old and drags him out of the way. The boyfriend gets shoved out of the way by the girlfriend. And all I can think of is, I am Moses parting the Red Seas. Over the next couple of months, I learned very quickly that there was a brand new bookstore, a brand new park, and a brand new craft store right by my house. And you want to know how long they'd been there? Forever. Toastmasters, what is your ego keeping you from looking up at today? Find your tool and use it. And by the way, if you'd like to take me Christmas shopping, I'm booking appointments.